Now, this doesn't directly affect the way that we manage our investment strategy, as we are focused on identifying the structural innovation leaders and the portfolio is always fully invested. But times of crisis always offer an opportunity as well for innovation strategies, because without innovation, there's no adaptability and no progress. And innovation strategies can thrive in challenging times. One trend that we're currently missing out on, and we're happy to not participate in that area, is the soaring prices in the defense industry. Because our ESG screens and the way we identify innovation keep us out of those areas, and we're fine with that. Yeah, we are ahead of our semi-annual rebalancing. The next one is coming up in May, and preparations for this go on throughout the year. Now, we've blocked out multiple weeks to dedicate to discussions that we're having, one-on-one discussions with our experts, where we deep dive into the singularity sectors and dissect the technological development, as well as identify focus areas that we want to get exposure to. We define focus areas as areas of applied innovation where technologies are being applied and they're being scaled, and companies are generating tangible revenues in relation to these innovations. And all of this information that we collect in this process and in these calls, we distillate and curate, and this feeds back into our investment strategy and into company exposures in the end. Many actually. Maybe I'll just touch on a couple of points. We've had a very interesting discussion with one of our experts who is focused on the new food industry with respect to cultured meats and precision fermentation. And one of the takeaways is that probably the enabler of this development that will bring cultured meat to scale is bioreactors. And bioreactors are crucial because they simulate the environment of a living animal. And so it's very important to have high-tech bioreactors that can simulate the pH values and temperatures of a living being. And that without any animal cruelty involved. Another interesting sector of ours is space. And while a lot of the space discussion is around rockets and launch pads, I think our expert said it nicely. Space is not an industry. It's a place where technologies are applied. It's just a very challenging environment with all the radiation that's around, and that's real. And so what's interesting in space is building the infrastructure to get into space and to do things in space in terms of observation, in terms of even future applications such as space mining. You need things like a highway, a communication system, you need gas stations, if you will, you need outposts, and that's the interesting part, really connecting all the dots in space for various applications. Space is not a place. It's, what did he say now? He said space is not a place. No.